Damn, James, that was fucking fast. Holy shit. Oh, got to abide by the community guidelines. That's what YouTube's telling me. Let's see, mine looks a little foggy, doesn't it? Hold on. Just gotta clean the screen. We'll start off up here. I don't even know if I don't even know what to do this week. There's only few people watching right now. So this is gonna be about an hour long is what I usually do the lives, and a good way of doing the giveaway instead of just doing the normal pick a number, throw at something, or random drawing number or whatever. I'm just going to give away a couple sets during this live. Probably about halfway through, I'll stop and see who's watching and offer them up. And whoever's got the best answer, I'll just give it away to 2 different people. So stay tuned for that if you guys can hang around for a half hour. So that'll be the first giveaway I'm doing. That'll just be some production stuff, the Smith & Wesson stuff. But another week or 2, I'll be doing a custom knife giveaway. It'll be some of the designs that we offer through Delta to Alpha. So that'll be cool. So the stuff I'm giving away tonight is just going to be starter set. And I'm looking for people that don't have any knives. If you're looking to just get into the sport, or you maybe have some shitty knives, you're looking for a little bit of an upgrade, the Smith & Wesson sets will be pretty good. They're the smaller. Unfortunately, they're the smaller version. These are only 8-inch. I believe these are also, yeah, this is also the 8-inch, and it's got the small hatchets, axes, whatever you want to call them, in there. The axes are 10 inches long. Oh, it's got an integrated bottle opener. Ooh. Who designs these? Like, come on, dude. Smith & Wesson, it's a gun company. You should come up with better shit. Anyway, these are smaller knives, a little bit better suited for kids or women with smaller hands, but good starter set. I started off with stuff very similar to this, so yeah. But don't pick me. Yeah, I know, James. Well, I'm just going to ask some people, like about a half hour or so, a certain question, and I'm just going to go through and pick who I think is the best. I'm trying to give these to some newer throwers, you know. Don, enjoy all your videos and tutorial. Don from Upper Michigan. Oh, you're from Michigan, huh? Do you know any of the Michigan blade throwers? Have we met? Because we are in Michigan all the time throwing in Holland. We have tournaments there twice a year. Michigan blade throwers. Look it up on Facebook. There's quite a few Michiganders that throw knives. There's a huge community up there, actually. Way more people up there than we have in Indiana, which I'm jealous. Okay, Alex. Yeah, just stick around. About 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to do that giveaway. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to warm up a little bit. I'll be honest, I'm pretty tired. I'm not really sure. You know, if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those. I don't have my moderator out here tonight. My girlfriend's also tired, but hopefully I can go through here and answer some questions for you guys. I'm just going to start off with my go-to knives. These are my #1 knives I've been throwing for this whole past year, basically. These are the 6mm with the fuller on the spine, the 8.5 inches of danger, available at deltadalpha.com. My new favorite knives. I pick these up almost every day. Knife laws. Oh, you must live in a shitty country. We live in America. So I just recently monetized my channel, and I guess I kind of forgot how strict YouTube is about the community guidelines. So I got to start bleeping myself during my videos, which isn't that big of a deal. But I'm pretty sure I can cuss during a live because it's not being monetized, right? I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't like being, what's up, Noah? What's up, Kendrick? How's it going, man? The wood, people always think this is like some kind of straw or hay. It's wood, it's cottonwood. It's the softest of all the woods. It holds moisture the best, so when you spray them, and by the way, spraying the targets does help a little bit for the knife sticking, but the actual use of spraying the targets is just target longevity. Because when all those fibers dry up, you throw knives into them, they just kind of fall out and just fall on the ground. So when you spray water into it, they expand and they stay put. So it'll extend the life of your target by 2 times at least. But any softwood is great. Pine, poplar, cottonwood, those are the 3 best. You can also throw it sycamore. Sycamore is a hardwood, but it's the least hard of all the hardwoods. I've heard of people throwing it cedar. Willow. Willow's really, really soft. Palm. I heard palm trees are great to throw at. I think a lot of people throw at palm in Indonesia, but the problem is they don't get very big. Cottonwood is also great because they get huge, dude. So, like, too big to cut with a chainsaw. Yeah. Hey, there's my girlfriend. Woo. You can throw and stick almost any wood. It just has to be a straight throw. Although walnut hates knife throwing. It's hard, dude. It takes a sharp, really sharp point. Let me take my sweatshirt off. I'm getting warm. Okay. Oh, here's something cool. So I'm sure some of you probably seen me throw this in that video from a couple weeks ago. And this is called an adjustable spud wrench. These are tools for iron workers, for hanging steel, for skyscrapers and buildings and whatnot. I went out and found my old tools. This was in a bucket I had. This is just a line punch, I believe that's what it's called. And look at the tip. Look how fat that thing is. Absolutely no tip on it, and it's heavy. It probably weighs a pound and a half or something like that. It's actually hard to throw because it's it's so tapered and it's so heavy that it wants to pull itself out of my hand immediately. So this one's tapered as well, but this one's different because it's so heavy on this end that when I throw, if I don't use a little bit of a flick, it just won't turn, just like you saw there. So I'm gonna have to flick it right when I release. Oh, that was too much. They feel damp. And you'd be surprised how deep that sticks in the target just with that, decent throw. I have not thrown these no spin. Let's try it, right? So it's gonna be a weird grip. I'm just gonna palm it like this, like a big bow shuriken. All the weight's in my palm, so I'm just gonna kind of a push throw. Well, that was tough. That is weird. Leaves a big old hole in the target though, I tell you that. God. Now this one, you know what? I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna throw a knife grip, just like that. See, I don't know. That actually flew pretty good. Let me try that again. That actually worked really good. Yeah. So this punch, keep in mind, that's probably a 1/4 inch wide, maybe 5/16 wide. That's going that deep into that wood. So getting hit with this would suck. Badly injured from a ricochet. I've been hit by other people's ricochets. The only time I've ever hurt myself, and a lot of knife throwers have been hit by ricochets, especially in the ankles or the shins or the foot. That seems to be the most struck area. But one time, I took a knife over to my buddy's house, and he didn't have a proper target. So we put up some kind of hardwood, and I was throwing very hard, and it was a knife, a big knife, that had handle scales, and I over-rotated it, and it came back at me just as fast as I could, as I threw it, you know, and I just went like this, and it still got me right in the thigh, and super glued it, didn't clean it up properly, it got infected. I had to cut it open with the X-Acto knife, clean it out. So yes, that's the only bad ricochet I've had. No spin is the worst for ricochets. Rotational stuff is pretty, you can predict it pretty easily, unless you hit the outer edge of a target. That's when the outer edge of the target is the most dangerous, because the knife just hits in weird angles and flies wherever. So the bigger the targets you have, the more surface area you have, the safer your session's gonna be. If you could make one, would you nap it obsidian, stone, knife, or try using it as a throwing knife? I don't have any experience doing that, but I know I can throw it. But obsidian, the problem with that stuff is it's very hard. So I would assume that it would break pretty easily. They're great for slashing and stabbing, but for an impact like that, I do not think that would last very long. It'd be fun to try though. I saw that one dude, he's on TikTok and YouTube and all that guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but he naps all kinds of different weapons. People write in to make all kinds of different shit. And he actually made like 3 or 4 different kinds of shuriken, throwing stars, out of obsidian. And if I remember right, I don't think he broke any, but they were weird looking because you can't get a lot of detail when you're napping, you know? What's up, Lee? Yeah, what's up, dude? Yeah, that grip was weird. Weird how that worked. Super glue's knife thrower's best friend. Not just knife thrower, but like I like to play with sharp shit. So we keep plenty of super glue on hand here at the Danger household. That's for sure. How the fuck do you do no spin? That's a good question. I'm not going to get into it too much because I've gone into detail the past 2 live videos. The first one I did especially, but I can give you a quick little rundown that may help you. And I'm just going to choose a larger knife. A larger knife is much easier in my opinion, and it's easier to start out with a knife that's handle heavy and kind of heavy overall, like 250 to 300 grams is what I would start off with in the beginning, because you're just kind of learning to push the weight. And what I mean by that, this is how I learned, and I've learned a lot of different techniques over the years, but this is how it was this is how it was explained to me. Take your palm like this, you take the knife and you put it just on the balance point so where it starts to tip like that, right? So if I'm gonna push forward, I have to push forward by my fingertips to keep that weight so it doesn't fall out of my hand. So as long as I have forward momentum, it stays in my hand, right? So it's kind of an easy way to kind of feel it. So it's starting to tip right there. That's kind of the basics, just so you can kind of get the feel down, just so you can kind of wrap your head around where the balance point is and how you need to control the knife. So again, just like this, until it starts to tip. See it right there? So the forward momentum is going to keep it in my hand. Nothing else is touching it. And there's a lot better ways of doing this. I'm just showing you this so you can wrap your mind around it. Because normally, when you tell someone, you hand someone something like, hey, throw this, they're going to grab one end and throw it like this. It's just natural. Plus what you've seen in movies and what you've seen how people throw baseballs, footballs, whatever. So yeah, you got to retrain your brain. So that one did not spin in the beginning. In the beginning, to know that you're doing the technique correctly is you want to cancel all the spin. So if you can throw it and the knife travels through the air like this and slaps the target, you're doing the right technique. See, now I just got to back off a little bit and the knife will have time enough for the tip to go in. Up. Here, let me back up. You guys might, this isn't the best angle for it, but you might be able to see the flat path. Cock block. But then there's a lot of different ways of doing it. Most people throw like this, open palm, finger, you know, at or just below the balance point, right? Oh. Big knives like this are much different than the knives I've gotten used to. So, I hope that helps, dude. Other suggestion I have is watch other people throw. There's a lot of good tutorials on YouTube. I actually don't have a tutorial on no spin because I'm still figuring it out myself. I don't think I have it mastered enough to tell people exactly what I'm doing. But the other big thing that helps you is record yourself and watch it back. Then you can see your mistakes. That helps immensely. That's one of the best tools for learning. Thanks, Demon Whispers. Hey, Elliot, what's up, man? Yeah, the punch is pretty wild, huh? Do I prefer throwing by the blade or by handle? Is there a right way? I throw by blade. There is no right way or wrong way to throw a knife. No matter what you heard, read, or are told, as long as it works, then you're doing it right. If you can replicate that, right? When I first started off, I was a spin thrower only. All I did was rotational stuff. And at the time, I didn't have knives that were properly shaped like this one. This one here is slightly tapered here, and it's pointed there. So it's very similar to throw from both ends. And the knives that I had were not, the handles weren't shaped right, so I threw from the blade only. And I was stuck on that for about a year or so. And then started branching out. So I don't have an answer for that because I can throw from the blade or the handle equally well. No spin is always from the handle. Half spin is always from the blade. Rotational stuff is you alternate. You throw from the handle and the blade. Here, let me show you real quick. So I'm gonna start up here at 2 meters from the blade, then I'm gonna step back to 3 meters from the handle, 1.5, and then 5, 2 spin. So that was half spin, 1, and 1.5 spin. As you noticed, I looked down each time. Each one of those black pieces of tape is a different meter, 2, 3, and 4. And it's rotational stuff you really, really need to know almost exactly where you're at. Now, there are ways of slowing down and speeding up rotation. Of course, you can do it. It's really hard to do on the fly. And for competitive throwing, you really need to know where you're at within like about an inch. If you're off about an inch, it can really, really screw you up. But rotational throwing, like I said, I started off with that. I did it for like 4 years nonstop before I even branched out to learn no spin or half spin. But it's all knife throwing to me. I enjoy doing it all. You know, some people say I'm just a no spin thrower, or I'm just a half spin guy, or whatever. You know, it's all knife throwing. You know, each one of those that you learn, believe it or not, transfers over into other things. Just like by feeling the weight of the knife and just being able to adjust. Like you see me pick up any tool over there, I can figure out how to throw it pretty damn quick. Sometimes first try, just by the weight and the feel in your hand. Try a couple 2 rotations from the handle. Screw it, let's go back. Let's go back to 2 spin and 3 spin, or 2.5, excuse me, and 3 spin. 2.5 spin is 6 meters, which is about 20 feet. 3 spins is 7 meters, which is about 23 feet. Yeah, 20 and 23 feet, sorry. From the blade. And I don't know if I have enough room to show you. Yeah, my 3 spin is right here. So. Bullseye. It's pretty good. Rotational will always, always, always be more accurate, in my opinion. There are some people that are very good at throwing no spin at bullseyes, but I don't think that's an argument. I think everybody would kind of agree with me, especially people that do the no spin. That may be their best, but rotation will always beat it, in my opinion. Okay, another few minutes here, we'll do that giveaway. Underhand no spin, very difficult. I can do it. I might try it here in a minute. Ooh. Okay, I hear what you're saying about the non-dominant hand. That is tough. If you're not used to just throwing a ball with your offhand, then it's tough regardless. Yeah, I throw like a female. How did I get my name? Full Tang Clan. Full Tang Clan, we were trying to come up with a name for the YouTube channel. A friend of mine and I from high school, we started this channel. We were trying to come up with a cool name. We were both big fans of the Wu-Tang Clan, and all throwing knives are Full Tang. So we just kind of put the two together and it fucking clicked. We're like, Full Tang Clan, that's it, right? So ever since then, you know, Full Tang Clan. I think it works great. Are those Joe Dare or Bill Page Griffins? The ones that I'm throwing right now, you can see that they're beveled right there. These are my original custom set, my first custom set that I ever had. These are Bill Page's. I also have Joe Dara's over there, which I like better because they're lighter. Then I also have Bill Page's predecessor, Scott Ertley. He took over the business since Bill passed away. And I also have a set of his Griffins over there that are my brother's. Heavy knife, to consider it self-defense use? Man. Yes and no. Like, I'm much quicker with a lighter knife. You give me a light, sharp knife, such as this one right here, I can do some damage with it, dude. I can throw much harder with a lighter knife. It's just easier to manipulate. So I've moved. I actually like lighter knives now, and smaller ones as well. It's weird, like the progression. Like I started off with like 14, 15-inch knives. Now I'm all the way down to an 8.5-inch knife that only weighs 170 grams compared to like this. I think this weighs 280, 300 grams, something like that. Wu-Tang. Okay, so might as well get into it, right? Let me grab something real quick. I'll be right back, guys. We'll get into that giveaway. So I'm just gonna pick a couple people here in the comments, and I guess you'll just have to contact me through my email. So again, people that weren't watching before, I'm giving a couple knife sets away. And this is just a basic starter kit for someone that's just getting into the sport, or maybe you have kids, because these are smaller knives. These are 8-inch and 10-inch axes, whatever, all Smith & Wesson. We got 2 different giveaways. So what I'm gonna ask you guys, who wants these? And please, if you're already into the sport and you have good knives, please don't try to get into the giveaway. But if you're new to the sport and you need some decent knives to start off with, these are great for indoor, beginner stuff. These are the 8-inch, a little bit small. I prefer the 10-inch for adults, but these are fun. You know, you can have a lot of fun with these. So, in the comments, please tell me why you think you deserve these, and maybe that you need them. Like you've seen my videos or other people's videos, and you're like really interested in it. And I'll choose a couple people, and then I'll give you guys my email, which is fulltangclan@gmail. Pretty simple, same as the name of the channel. And yeah, these were donated for Dangerfest last year. We didn't end up giving these away, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. And like I said, in another week or two, I'm going to be doing a custom knife giveaway of some really rad shit that's available at delta2alpha.com. Possibly one of my designs, but you know, I believe they offer over 120 different designs on Delta to Alpha now, so that's a lot. Have I ever attempted to throw using a mirror? Never a mirror, but I've used my reverse camera to throw over my shoulder. Go through my channel and look for it, dude. It's one of the craziest trick shots I've ever done, dude. I tossed a can over my head and then tossed a knife over my shoulder and stuck them both in the bullseye. It's incredible. It's one of my favorite trick shots of all time. Through a Carhartt hoodie or jacket or something. AP1 S2K. You're trying to pick it back up. So you have thrown, and do you need knives right now? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone that want to get into the sport or back into the sport that doesn't have a decent set right now. Your initials is rad. Damn, that's pretty cool. I'm a BMXer, man. So I love throwing knives. I've been throwing since I was a child. I'm okay, but I've always had cheap knives. I don't have any at the moment because my entire collection was stolen. Okay, Theo Ellis. and AP 12K. You guys are in the running right now. Okay. The only thing you throw is darts. You've always wanted to try knife throwing. Okay, aeroplane, dope. Okay. People always ask me if I can throw darts. And I did. I threw a lot of darts when I was a kid. But once you get into knife throwing, darts become just, kind of silly, because you could literally throw a dart backwards because it has the flights on the end. It'll turn itself around if there's enough distance. And so there's not a whole lot of skill. There's accuracy skill with darts for sure. But darts are silly. Once you pick up knives and start throwing anything with the point, it just seems kind of silly. Good day, mate. All right, so I got 3 people so far to consider for the giveaway. Those are pretty good answers. Oh, you're not planning on picking it up? Okay. I appreciate you watching, man. Thanks for commenting and watching, Ryan. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've always just been a huge fan of knife throwing. I always thought it was the coolest shit ever since I was a kid, and I looked up to all these pros when I first got into the sport, and I just wanted recognition from the people I looked up to, and some of them shit on me. Some of them were fucking assholes to me, and but all these years later, I'm better than them. But no, everybody's been pretty cool. There's only a couple jerks, but they're not even really part of the community. They've like moved on or whatever. Okay, so you guys want to see me try a trick shot? I think I can get it done pretty quick. Paul Harrell. No, man, I know a majority of the people that do throw or have thrown. Paul Harrell, I've never heard of that. I've heard of Paul Macaron. Who else is a Paul? Yeah, Big Mac they call him. Oh, dude, I know. We used to get drunk and watch all the Wu-Tang videos and fight each other. Oh, it was great when we were like in our early 20s. Yeah, actually, man, almost any legit action movie where there's a lot of gun stuff, you will always see at least one pretty sick knife throwing scene. Not all of them get it right. It's like movie magic shit where they're flying through the air like on a zip cord or a fishing line. But there are some movies that get it right. John Wick got it very, very right. That was one of the most accurate, realistic knife throwing scenes in any movie I've ever seen. The Expendables with Jason Statham, a lot of those throws are legit. You know, he's throwing them rotationally, so I don't agree with that because you'd have to know your distance perfectly, but it's a movie, so I give that a pass. Under Siege was very good. Desperado is one of my biggest influences in knife throwing. But if you go back and watch that movie, I love the movie, and I love that scene, but those throws are shit, dude. And those knives are fucking tiny. He's got like 40 or 50 of them on his vest. They're tiny. They're not gonna do a whole lot. So, I love that movie though. You gotta learn some techniques. Okay. Yeet cleavage. Hybrid no spin. I think I know. Do I know yeet cleavage? Huh. Drop me his username. Check it out. Okay. Let's try a trick shot. I'm just gonna be doing a pretty easy one, or easy distance, I guess. We'll try 3 meters, which is about 10 feet. And the technique we'll do is no spin. And then maybe we'll move on to half spin and rotation. Bonjour. Oh, that was a bad throw. Oh. I gotta remember to throw over the top. Because trick shots are much easier because I'm throwing the can like this. So if I'm throwing over the top, the knife is coming down like this. So when I start to throw sidearm, this is coming through like this and the knife is going like this. So if you can learn to throw in the same plane as you're throwing the can, they become much easier. See, I'm still throwing sideways, which is my natural way to throw. They're called trick shots for a reason. If everybody could do them, it wouldn't be called a trick shot. Oh. Touched it again. So close. Come on. So, you guys can see that the knife is pointed this way a little bit. Had I done a better throw, a straighter throw, I would have stuck the can. And another thing you should know when you're trying trick shots, when the can gets all beat up like that, there's nothing in this, so it's light. So it changes the way the can throws. I'm gonna try it anyway, but it's easier if you have just a fresh can, or you can take some of those. If you can take some of those dents out, it helps. Well, I keep touching it. That's not bad. Come on, man. Ugh. There we go. It didn't take too long, really. Sometimes they happen first try. Those are good fucking days. But like I said, knife throwing in general is pretty difficult. So when you add a trick shot in there, it feels pretty amazing when you stick it, right? Sticking a knife alone is great. But when you stick exactly where you're wanting to, like a bullseye, that feels extra good. And then sticking a tossed object, hat, can, ring, whatever you're doing, oh, it feels so good. So good. I've been chasing that high for 11 years now. Thanks, guys. How many cans you see? Oh, he did. Okay, I remember. Okay, I think I know who. Yeah, Yeet. Yeah. When I learned Tai Chi, the same principles allows the striking along the same plane as movement of your opponent. See? Isn't that cool? There's a lot of things that transfer over. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Let's try another one, and let's do half spin this time. So different technique. I'm going to flip the knife around, and I'm going to throw. I'll do underhand. Underhand's kind of my thing, and we'll see how long it takes. Hopefully, it might be less than the no spin. The other thing I need to always kind of keep in my head, I like to throw hard. It feels good, looks good, but it's not always the most accurate. When you throw as hard as you can, your accuracy goes down significantly. So, especially when I'm throwing at a can or throwing live, I'm trying to impress you guys. I always try to throw hard, and I just got to back it off a little bit. I'm much more accurate that way. Okay, underhand half spin. Move the camera down a little bit so you guys see my arm movement. 3 meters again. Oh, that was terrible. I forgot how to throw, hold on. Ooh, that one felt good. So whoever commented earlier, if you're still in here watching, everybody's always asked about lethality or damage you can do with throwing knives. I have some ballistic gel that I've been saving for months, and I'm about to bust that out. I've got a bust over there on the wall. I'm gonna fill that whole thing up with ballistic gel. And not only that, because people don't you don't get into fights, you combat naked, I'm gonna put a t-shirt on it, and I have an old leather coat. And I have many, many different knives we're gonna test. We're gonna test out sharp knives, like this, sharp throwing knives, and then we're gonna test out blunt, false edge throwing knives. You'd be surprised. A well-thrown throwing knife with a false edge. Yeah, you guys got to stick around and see that. I've done it. I've thrown through Kevlar and all kinds of stuff. So stick around. I'm gonna do that one very soon. That one felt good right there. Just a really nice straight stick, dude. And oh, check this out. This is rad. I always looked at the entry and exit wounds, like a bullet. So if the knife was still turning, see, it made a big entry. Look at the back. See it pushed up, push that little aluminum into a curl right there. Isn't that cool? I don't know, just knife nerd shit, right? Okay, we did no spin, half spin. We still got 15 minutes. Let's try rotation. Let's do one spin. These are really small. I don't recommend these for rotational throwing. My favorite size knife is 14 inches, so let's go back to a Griffin and see what we can do with the Griffin. I'm switching over to my favorite Griffin, the Joe Dara version. Joe Dara and Bill shared designs. Joe showed Bill how to make knives many years ago. So they had a bunch of different designs that were made by both people. So it's kind of cool to have knives from both of them. This is basically the only difference is it's thinner and it has no holes in the tang for scales. Plus I just cleaned up a bunch of my knives the other day. How shiny they are. They get rusty quick. Okay, shit. All right, we're gonna do rotation. Overhand, one spin by the handle, 10 feet. And by the way, the half spin and the no spin I was just doing, it doesn't matter where you stand. You don't need to know exactly where you're at, but for rotational I do. I'm just behind the tape, which is right there. I'm gonna stand about right here. That wasn't too bad. Oh. Like I said, rotational is my fucking bread and butter. Been doing it for a very long time. No, it's not THC. I live in Indiana. I don't do anything illegal. Neck knife name. Good question. This is the old school, the old version that you cannot find anymore. This is the Tokyo Spike by Cold Steel. I've had this knife for a very, very long time. This is the one that I keep sharp. I carry it every day. Very cool design, all one piece. The newer designs, they sell these now, but the new designs are terrible. They skeletonize the handle and they put plastic handle scales on them. And my girlfriend got me one for Christmas a few years ago. I threw it like 3 times and it exploded. It snapped. So I love these knives. I have this one I keep sharp, and I have another one that's identical that I use for throwing practice. So, yeah. Your Carhartt would stop most knives. Yeah, I know. It'll absorb, especially a knife that's thrown off axis. It'll absorb it, but a nice straight throw, you'd be surprised, dude. I've thrown through Kevlar. I have a piece of Kevlar, and knives go through Kevlar much easier than you think. Injured myself. Yeah, I told a story earlier in the stream where I caught a ricochet to the thigh. It was pretty bad. It's the only one I've had, though, that's bad. The only time I've ever been hit by other knives is when my fucking idiot friends was throwing in a small one-car garage, and I got a ricochet straight to the back. Luckily, it wasn't a point, but it still hurts, man. You know, knives are made of steel. Yeah, making knives is great. I've made a few myself. Throwing knives are very, very easy to make. If you have the right steel, old saw blade, those right up there. They're already really good tool steel. If you find one of those at an antique store or pawn shop or garage sale or whatever, pick them up, cut them out, put a tip on them. You don't even have to heat treat them or anything. Hardox 450 is another one that you don't have to heat treat, but the heat treat is pretty using other types of steel to get it to the right hardness so it doesn't or bend. But at the moment, I don't make my own knives. I just design them, and then my company, I'm sponsored through Delta to Alpha. They take care of all that for me. Oh man, you don't suck. You're just, you know. Yeah, okay. I do have a Carhartt. I do. I don't know if I want to throw knives through it right now, though. Oh, a nice Russian. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, I get a lot of shit from the Russians, usually. Pointy, live edge, drunk guy equals flesh wound. He's angry. Oh, your axe head is an old saw blade. Okay, that's cool. I mean, you can make anything into a pretty sick thrower, can't you? Okay, let me go back here. Alicia, are you still watching? Please let me know if you're still watching, Alicia. All right, let me throw a couple more knives here, and then I'm going to go back through and pick the winners of the way I'm doing. Just going to do some no spin. I love having 7 of these knives now. More throwing, more practice, less walking, you know? We'll step it back a little bit. Let's throw 5 meters, which is about 16 feet. And we're gonna change it up to guns are better. You know, we got those too. This is something to, you know, fall back on. But half spin, 5 meters. And any idiot can shoot a gun. You don't even have to, you know, a baby can shoot a gun, right? It takes skill to do this. Where'd that knife go? Oh, there it is. Oh, too much push. We'll see some underhand 1 spin, 1 rotation underhand by the handle. All right, now I'll demonstrate that it's instinctive. I'm gonna do it from here and then walk back to you guys. Distance does not matter. It's one of the comments I always see in all of my videos. They say step back and do it. No big deal. Same thing with half spin. These are all throws from the blade. Distance does not matter. Bad throw. But thanks for watching, everybody. That almost concludes the stream. I just need to go back into the comments here and pick out my 2 winners for the giveaway of pack of Smith & Wessons, and then the bigger package, set of 3 axes, set of 3 throwing knives. So give me a second here. Rope dart a little bit. Theo Ellis. Theo, are you still watching, dude? Please let me know. So it was Theo, AP12K, and there's one other guy, right? Aeroplane Dope. Aeroplane Dope. Are you still watching? Say the N-word. Ninja! The Knife Father. I answer a lot of people's comments. I usually have a moderator sitting out here with me, but she's tired tonight. AP12K, message me on my email. AP12K. My email is fulltangclan, the channel name, @gmail. Get at me, dude. I'm gonna send you some shit. The other dude was Theo. Is Theo still do a trick shot? You just fucking missed 3 of them, dude. Go back and watch the stream about 15 minutes ago. Okay, Aeroplane Dope. Okay, I think Theo left. Okay, Airplane Dope. You and AP12K message me on email. Email me. I just need your addresses. I'll send that shit out to you guys soon. Aeroplane Dope and AP12K, fulltangclan@gmail. Theo is here. Where's Theo? Shit. $360 toss. What do you mean, man? Yeah, this is a little harder than I thought, trying to keep up with these fucking comments. What's up, B? You're from Afghanistan. You want to get married? You have some knives to sell me? Oh, that's Pakistan, sorry. You could be in a movie with those skills. That'd be nice. A friend of mine was in a movie recently. I've got hit up by a movie producer. It didn't end up panning out. I turned down America's Got Talent recently. They can eat a dick. Oh, see, Alicia, this is why we need moderators. We got idiots. Okay, Theo. Email me, dude. Email me. fulltangclan@gmail. Okay, cool. I got you, man. And if I know I just messaged, I know I just said all 3 of you guys message me. If all 3 of you message me and want me to send you shit, I got plenty of stuff, dude. I got plenty of stuff. Check this out. This is just like the collection that I keep out in the garage that I throw. But we got, all kinds of shit. And, I got hundreds of knives that you can't see. Gotta have a batarang in the collection, Kinds of bow shuriken. We got SKS bayonets, custom made stuff from Pro Knife Thrower, stuff from Indonesia, custom made, random shit, cold steel, knives from Russia, I got stuff, so don't worry about it. But yeah, looking forward to emails from you guys. And assault knives. Yeah, I like guns too, man, but they took that right away from me years ago, so really got into throwing knives. My email is my channel name at Gmail, fulltangclan@gmail. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock, guys. I appreciate all you guys watching. If you guys want to go back and, a lot of you asked me questions that I've already answered or did in this video, so it'll be uploaded later. And every Thursday at 6 o'clock, I will be live answering you guys' questions, doing trick shots, throwing knives and shit. So thanks for watching. Peace.